A live look at Bounce House in the heart of beautiful Orlando, Florida. EA Sports College Football just about a month into the season, and we are ready for this Week 4 clash. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the UCF Knights. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
UCF has a unique stadium, the Bounce House. Florida tries to get this going loud and proud in Orlando. It opened in 2007. Nearly 50,000 fans pack it in to make sure that is loud and crazy for the Golden Knights. Nice.
Thanks, Holly. So TCU's offense will get the ball first. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in, and we just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of play.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Looking for more room. Touchdown, UCF! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick six on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
And he tacks on the extra point. On the move from inside his 5. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. On the run, it's Payne. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Craig. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Got it behind the line. It's Payne. Could not make his way to the corner. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, and getting him on the ground.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Maybe a crease. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Running inside, it's Payne. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. They'll stop play here for a moment to have a look at this injured Horned Frog. The Horned Frogs will try to punch it in on first and goal. Makes the grab down the middle. Tripped up for the tackle.
Man, that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he's in! Touchdown, TCU! The extra point here would tie the game. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So UCF's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And it just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. You're like, sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So,
oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Knights! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect him. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Looking for room. It's Payne. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
To the air, it's Craig. Throws to the back. Gets open down the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. He leaves it with the back. Turning it on!
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg. Wants to throw it. Now improvising. Caught at the 25. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. Going to the run, it's Payne. Looking for the end zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Brought down short of the end zone, and that will bring up 3rd and goal.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defense.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Farmer. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. That's caught. It's Wade. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. The run inside. It's Watson. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
And nice job by the defense. Understanding 2nd and short, they're playing run. You can see super physical, now forcing the 3rd down and short.
Black 14! Black 14! Cross! They'll run the option. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And the offense almost exhausted all of their options that time. On the option play, 3rd down, it wasn't the running back. It wasn't the quarterback. That had to go to the pitch man, and he barely was able to pick up the 1st. Good execution, great decision-making, and the drive stays alive.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Well, Scott Frost back at head coach for UCF, and so immediately you expect them to be able to run the football. We saw in recent years guys like R.J. Harvey just get it done for the Knights, and it's going to be interesting now to see what they can do moving forward, right? This is an offense that wants to go tempo. They want to establish the running game, David, and they need some superstars to emerge.
Well, and that's why they brought in Duke Watson, right? They wanted to bring a guy in with experience that you've been there, done that. He was obviously at Louisville at a little bit different level, now expecting big things. You got to be able to run the football, want to be physical, have that ground game so you can do the tempo, you can do all the other fun things. So big shoes to fill at the running back spot.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Knights line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He's got great speed. And there he goes. Touchdown, TCU! Special teams proving to be special. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. picked off. What a play to set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it. It's Payne. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Rides to back and leaves it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
TCU 28, UCF 14.
Coming out with it, it's Jackson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should...
Oh, he's got some space. It's a fumble. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Snags it and he's open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Down just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. The Knights trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to run, it's Watson. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella.
Touchdown, UCF! And they add 6 more to the board with a trip to the house. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
And they do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Brings a return out across the 25, gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injured player. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on 1st down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Crosses the 30. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. And the Horned Frogs come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Craig. Dumps it off in the flats. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And man, you gotta love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw, and it keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
The Horned Frogs will have it 1st and 10. The play action fake. Forced out of the pocket. Throwing on the run. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the 1st down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs it and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice 3rd down conversion by the quarterback.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job.
Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. To the air, it's Barnett. Right down the middle. Finds his man, it's Wade. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield. UCF wants to take a moment. They use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Looking downfield on 1st down. He lets one fly deep. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. This one's complete, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the...
Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Good gain there. Picks up the first down, and now maybe this offense attacks before the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air on first down. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We begin with Georgia taking on the number 7 team, the Oklahoma Sooners.
He'll bring it out. It's Farmer. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with Scott Frost out of the locker room. He is very pleased with his defense right now. As you know, this quarterback that they're facing has got so much hype and so much attention, but they have been able to contain him in the first half. They get the ball here to start the second. We'll see if this defense can keep up that same momentum and shut down that quarterback here in the third. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. He's got an open man. Right down the boulevard. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Run in the red zone, it's Watson. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to fall back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on fourth down. Dances away to buy time. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
To throw, it's Barnett. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Short gain on the play before he slides.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Timeout called as the play clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll stop play here for a moment to have a look at this injured Horned Frog. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. It's complete on the right side. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Makes the catch. It's Walker. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple of times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play...
Makes the grab in their space. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
It's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Horned Frogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught behind the line. It's Payne. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. The earth is shaking. Bounce House living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. Floats it out in space. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Looking downfield, it's Craig. Throws to the tight end. Working the middle. Makes a catch with defenders everywhere, and now the defense backed up with a 1st and goal from the 5. And the Horned Frogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. Wideout trying to get it in.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as this defense is making it tough.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, I got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. They'll go to the air. Makes a catch. They just needed 2 yards, and they got nothing. A stop by this defense on 4th down. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Watson again. Nice move there. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this 3rd down from deep in your own territory. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. The Knights decide to punt it away. He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in from the TCU sideline. I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys?
Holly, thank you. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground.
They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. They'll stop play here for a moment to have a look at this injured Horned Frog. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. Touchdown, TCU! A great catch and run for 6. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. And he made the extra point without problem.
And listen, if I have a playmaker and running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now on the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Rushes on him. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Knights racing to the line in the hurry-up.
They've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you use...
And it's his 4th interception of the night. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
It's never easy. Defense being in a sudden change situation like this on the very first snap, they take a shot, you're backed up almost in your red zone. Great job forcing an incompletion now to catch your breath, get some momentum.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Horned Frogs have pushed it inside the 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll get rid of it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Running inside. It's Payne. Breaks into the open. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And play stopped for just a second as there is an injured Knight on the field. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To the air, it's Craig. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Picked up a few extra on that. But what a play by this defense to get the football.
All right, sense of urgency now has to go through the roof for this team. They needed their defense to come up with that turnover right there. So if you're on offense, you got to get these plays called. You got to get aggressive, take some shots, because you can now go and win this game.
They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He's going to take off. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. The Knights want to crank the tempo.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Hey, guys, I'm trying to find a way to be up here and be positive, and I guess here's how I'm going to be positive. At least the other team didn't catch it, because he's thrown it to the other team a lot today. It's been a struggle in the passing game. I'm not sure.
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Knocked down at the 43-yard line, and the interception has him set up in plus territory.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. And the Horned Frogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Craig. Oh, they're after him. Got his man on the right. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run play action. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw again. Lets it fly. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage.
And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Great place to start for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Now the Knights will call their 3rd and final timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Looking for a man. It's Craig. Zings it complete to the right. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Man, did the defense need the stop. Great job getting the 3rd down stop. They needed to force a punt. They got to get their offense the football back so they have a chance in this football game. Really nice execution by this defense.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And it's good! And that lead grows even bigger.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his